a video on red cabbage. So, not particularly loved by people, however, it is delicious when you cook it properly. So, sliced it, and it's in a pan, and we put a little bit of water in and a little bit of vinegar. It needs a little bit of vinegar just to kind of sharpen it up a little bit and make it a little bit more interesting. So we're basically going to steam it in a little bit of liquid in the pan. We need to add some generous knob of butter, and also I'm going to add the sauerkraut, the braised red sauerkraut that I made last year, because it needs using up, and it's a good opportunity to combine them both. So, a little bit of water, and it's basically going to steam, and it'll keep all the flavour in it. And then lots of pepper. And a little bit of salt. However, I'm going to be adding the sauerkraut, which is already a little bit salty. So I'm going to hold off on the salt just for the moment. So, mix it around. We need to keep an eye on it because we don't want the water to evaporate, and then what will happen is it'll start to burn the cabbage, which I've done before. So just a little bit of water, and then we're going to put the lid on and leave it to slowly cook for, I don't know, half an hour or something like that. Right, so it doesn't look like there's a huge amount of butter. Now I've added all that extra cabbage, or sauerkraut. Right. I don't think it needs any salt at the moment, but it certainly needs lots of fresh ground black pepper. Pepper changes its flavour when it's cooked, so we'll add some now, and then we'll have to finish off and add a bit more black pepper towards the end of the cooking process. So, but we'd want to keep about that much juice in the pan, and with the lid on, it should be okay. So we'll come back when it's a little bit more cooked. Right, so 25 minutes later, and it's cooked. And what we've aimed for is, you can see all the liquid from the bottom of the pan has now evaporated. I've just had to add a little bit more, but you want the liquid to evaporated just at the kind of time that the cabbage is cooked. So it's a bit of a balancing act. If the cabbage isn't quite cooked, then the liquid's all evaporated. You just add a little bit more liquid. So, tasted it. It needs more pepper. So, as you can see, lots of black pepper going into it. A little bit more salt. Not much. About that much. Then it needs some sugar as well, because it's a little bit bitter. It just needs a little bit of sugar, just to compensate for that bitterness. Now, just give it time for the sugar to melt and for the salt to melt. If we're to taste straight away, there's a danger that the salt and the sugar won't have melted into the cabbage, so we won't really know if it's properly seasoned or not. So give it a mix around, give it time to melt, and then we taste again. Excuse fingers. And there we go. That's delicious. I think that's it, isn't it? Yeah, it's a funny one, is red cabbage. Not a lot of people kind of like it, but I think, like most things in life that people don't like, it's because they've never had it. They haven't had it made and taste particularly nice. That's nice. Mostly down to the black pepper and the butter, which is pretty much a secret of most kitchens. The amount of butter that you put in things vastly improves the flavour. There you go, braised red cabbage. Easy peasy.